Okay, so number 7. Let me see which is the one that has. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do number 6 instead of number 7. So not 6, not 7 is going to be 6. Okay, number 6 reads 8x minus 24y plus 16z equals negative 7. And then is 40x minus 9y plus 2z equals 10. And then is 32x plus 8y minus z equals negative 2. Okay. So now, what can we do here? We're going to do it by row echelon form, in which we're going to have to eliminate one of the x's. So you can eliminate, whichever of these 3. And then you're going to have to eliminate, 2 of the x's, and then you're going to have to eliminate 1 of the y's, so you can end up with just 1 z here. So what do you recommend that we should do? Is there a way we can eliminate the 40x? I think so. By using what? Can we eliminate the 40 by using the 8? Yes, right? Okay, so let's multiply negative 5 times row 1, and then we add it to row 2, right? And then we can also do the same thing with the third equation. We can work with those. With the third one, actually, we're going to be working with the 3 of them. So to eliminate in this step right here, we're going to multiply row 1 times, can we use negative 4? Negative 4 times 8 is negative 32 plus 32. That would be eliminated. And then we add it to row 3. So I'm going to take care of 2 steps in that one, the first step actually. Okay, so let me put the answer at the bottom. So the first equation is going to stay the same. 8x minus 24y plus 16z equals negative 7. So on the second one, it's going to be negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. Plus 40, that would be 0. Negative 5 times negative 24. So use a calculator. That would be, what is that? Negative 24 times 5. It's 120. So it's 120 and then minus 9. And that would be 111. So it's 111y. Then is negative 5 times 16. So it's 5 times 16. That's 80. 80, and then we add it to 2z. This is negative 80. Plus 2, negative 78. Okay, negative 78. Then it's negative 5 times negative 7 would be positive 35. And then plus 10. It was positive 35 and 10 is positive 45. Great, okay. Now what about the third row? We're going to have negative 4 times 8 is negative 32 plus 32. It would be 0. Negative 4 times 24. 24 times 4. That would be 96. This is 96. And then plus 8. Plus 8, 104. Then we go to negative 4 times 16. 4 times 16, that's 64. So it's negative 64 minus 1, negative 65. And then it's negative 4 times negative 7, that is 28 positive, minus 2, 26. Perfect. Okay, so we already took care of, getting rid of the first two x's. Okay, so now what we need to do, let me make this a little smaller so we can have more space. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have one of those two variables. We need to have, actually we need to eliminate either one of the two y's. So what do you recommend that we should do? It would be kind of challenging because that's going to be fractions, right? No matter which way we see it, it's going to be fractions. 78 divided by 3 is 26. If we divide this by 3, 65 by 3, that is 21. So we're going to have to multiply. Let's multiply both of the two. What we can do is multiply the first one by 105, the second one by 111, and that way we can cancel out that after that. Okay, just the way we did the first example. So the second one, we're going to multiply it by negative 104, and the third one, we're going to multiply it by 111. Those are going to be big numbers. So let me recopy the first equation. 8x minus 24y plus 16z equals negative 7, and then 104 times 111, that's 11,544. That is the y, and then is 104 times 78. Negative and negative is positive, so it's plus 8,112z equals 104 times 45. That is 4,680. And the second one is 1,154. This is 5,044y. 111 times 65. That's going to be minus 7215 equals 111 times 26, and that is 2,886, and that's what the system is so far. Where? The z and the y. So the first one is the one that's supposed to be negative. Thank you, Arvin. Thank you, girls. So then those two now are going to cancel out, because otherwise they were not going to cancel out, right? Okay, so then we're going to cancel those up. Let me make this smaller. So we cancel out those y's. And now we're going to have, let me rewrite it. That's going to be 8x minus 24y plus 16z equals negative 7. So with that, we cancel out those. So then when we combine the other two, that's going to be 8,112 minus 7,215. I got 897 z. And then when I add 4680 plus 2886, I got 7,566. Now at this point, what we can do is we can go ahead and divide both sides by 897 to find the z. So that number divided by 897. Okay, so I'm getting a decimal. It's supposed to be negative 4680. When you combine that, that's negative 1784. Then when you divide by 897, so divided by, hi Jackie, 897, that gives a 2. There you go. because the other one was a decimal. So that's positive 2. Wow, because all the numbers are so ugly. Yes. And that would be negative 2. Perfect. Okay. So we're working on number 6, similar to number 5 in the homework. Okay.
Yesterday I was absent.
Z is equal to negative 2. I can come back to one of the original equations. I can go back to one of these two, any of these two. So I'm going to use the first one, which is 111y minus 78z equals 45. And in place of the z, I can put negative 2. So negative 78 and negative 2, that is positive 156. So this is 111y plus 156 equals to 45. Then we subtract 156. So 111y equals, when you subtract those two numbers, it would be negative what? 111, negative 111. And then when you divide by 111, y equals negative 1. Now that I have those two values, I can substitute the z and the y into one of the equations. So I'm going to use one of the originals. So I'm going to use 8x minus 24y, which is negative 1, plus 16z, which is negative 2, and that's equals to negative 7. So it's 8x, negative times negative is plus 24, negative times positive is minus 32, equals negative 7. And then you just combine those two numbers. So it's 8x minus 8 equals negative 7. Then just add 8. And that would be 1. So 8x equals 1 divided by 8. So the solution, first the x, which is 1/8, then the y, which is negative 1, then the z, which is negative 2. And we did it. That was number 6. So number 5 is pretty much the same idea as number 6. Okay? And now on question number, the next set of problems, which is numbers 9 through 13. Number 9 through 13 is, okay, that one is asking 9 through 13 to see if the equations, this is what I did yesterday. So in number 9, you just have to set it up as an augmented matrix. So number 9, the augmented matrix would be bracket, just the coefficients of the x and then the y and then the number, which is going to be just 12, then is minus 5, the number is negative 9. I'm going to put dotted lines here, and then the negative 9 on the right. And then for the second row, it should be negative 3, 8, and then 10. So that's the answer for number 9. All you got to do is just get the augmented matrix. Okay. So that's
the number in front of the x?
Right, just the coefficient, whatever the number is, that's what you put on the matrix. And that's called the augmented matrix of that equation.
And that's the answer?
That's the answer. And that's what you need to do from numbers 9 through 14. Actually, it's 13, just the odd numbers. And then number 15 through 33, and number 15, well, that's a word problem. So let me help you set up number 15.